Hey guys, this is Supreme Swordsman, and today I'm going to be talking about Yu Yu Hakusho. I know this is the old anime, I know most people have seen it already, but just recently I bought it on Amazon and I finished it. And I just have a lot of things to say about this great series. It really is a great series. I really enjoyed it. And this video doesn't really have an exact topic of Yu Yu Hakusho. It's pretty much just me saying my random thoughts about what I thought about the series and just my overall thoughts on the series. Now I will say, if you have not seen Yu Yu Hakusho, do not check this video out. I do not recommend watching this because it will have a ton of spoilers in this. This is just me just throwing out random thoughts on Yu Yu Hakusho pretty much because I just love this series and I just finished it the other day and I just wanted to just talk about it a little bit, just to talk about some great moments and there's some great things that happen in Yu Yu Hakusho. So let's go ahead and talk about this real quick. So we start off and Yusuke dies in the beginning and he eventually becomes he actually becomes a spirit detective and he goes on his first case to go fight get the powers from Genkai, and I really liked that thing. It was really interesting. I really enjoyed that part, the whole finding out who Rando was, and I was so surprised that Rando was that little boy, the little monk boy. I did not see it being Rando. I actually thought it was going to be the guy that Yusuke fought first, and he fought him first. Once he fought him first, I was like, okay, that's not going to be him then. But the guy that Yusuke fought first in the dark room, that's who I thought it was going to be at first, but I was totally wrong on that. But I just liked that whole thing, and Kuwabara was there, and I just really enjoyed that. And one more thing I want to say about this before I move on to later on in the series is just how awesome that moment was when Yusuke was trying to come back to life, and Keiko made it just in time to kiss him and bring him back to life. I just thought that was an awesome moment. I just really liked that, and it was just really enjoyable. I just really enjoyed the first beginning of this story. Most anime lately, most anime that I've watched, they have very not too great beginnings and then get better as it goes, except for Bleach. Bleach started off great and then ended up going ways that I didn't enjoy as much. But this series started off good. I really enjoyed the starting. It wasn't too much. It wasn't like a crazy battle, but it started off good and it was really entertaining. I'm not gonna talk too much more about that right now because I know this video is gonna be long because I'm just saying this random stuff right now. And man, I just really enjoyed this anime, man. It was just so good, and I just really, just sitting down watching it. So many people recommended me this anime, and as soon as I started watching it, I just loved it, and it was just awesome, seeing some of these great moments, eventually the Dark Tournament, that was just an awesome arc. I loved all the fights in there. It was just really awesome fights, especially the fight with Yusuke and Toguro, and I also liked the fight with Kuwabara and Toguro, the other Toguro. I thought that was pretty interesting. And I just really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed Sakio's character, the really rich dude. I really enjoyed his character. I thought he was a really good villain he was pretty much a villain. But I just really liked Sakio. I thought he was really cool. But going back a little bit before that happened, I also want to talk a little bit about just those four beasts that they fought, and that Kuwabara, Yusuke, Kurama, and Hiei had to fight. I just thought that was awesome too. It was just so cool seeing that. My favorite one out of all those fights was actually when Hiei fought the ice dragon dude, and he just sliced him up, and you didn't even see it, and he just that was just an awesome moment. It was just really epic to see that, and I just really liked it. I really like how Kuwabara, Kurama, Hiei, and Yusuke work together. I just really this is one of those series where there's not many characters I did not like. Off the top of my head, there's not really a lot of characters I didn't like in this series. I really enjoyed the characters in this series. It was just really good. They had really good characters, and I just really enjoyed it. And going on into the series, we had a lot of good things going on, like finding out that Hiei had a sister, and then having to go save his sister, and that arc ended up being important to the Dark Tournament, and I just really enjoyed that. I just think that the way it worked really worked together, and I also liked the characters' abilities. The characters' abilities in this anime was really cool. I liked Yusuke's spirit gun. It was really cool. I really enjoyed seeing that. But my favorite out of everyone's move was probably Hiei, the fist of the dragon flame, or fist of the darkness dragon flame, something like that. You know what I'm trying to say. Dragon of the darkness flame. Dragon of the darkness flame, maybe. I don't know, but that move was awesome. I just really enjoyed that move. And of course, I love Kurama's Rose Whip. He just kicks ass with that, especially against that first boulder guy he fought, where he just, kicked his ass with a freaking whip. I just thought that was freaking amazing. And I love Kuwabara's spirit sword. And I really like Kuwabara's character because, him as a character, he is not, a demon like every other character. Hiei and Kurama being a demon throughout the whole story, and Yusuke found out he was a demon in the end. Kuwabara never was anything like that. And I thought for what he was really strong and he was really passionate of a character. But I will say, towards the end of the series, when he did not get a lot of spotlight in the last arc, I did not like that. I understand why he was not in it too much because he was a human and not a demon, but I would still like to see him in there. I mean, he was in there from the beginning. I'd have liked to see a little bit more of him in the end. But I'll talk about that a little bit later. And, he was a really cool character. And one thing I say about this series was that I just think it was so funny. This series was so funny. I think one of the best peaks of this story is just the humor they added to this. Especially the stuff with Yusuke and Kuwabara, how they have that love-hate relationship. I just think it was really cool and I liked it a lot. And actually, it was just really enjoying. And another thing I really like about this series is this, I really like the heroine in this series, Keiko. I really liked her. She was a really interesting character. And although she wasn't out there fighting with everyone else and doing, battling, she was very important to Yusuke. And I feel like it was her that made Yusuke as strong as Yusuke was, because Yusuke was fighting for the people he loved. And I just really enjoyed that. I just really liked Keiko from the beginning to the end, and I just really enjoyed what she brought into the show. And I just really enjoyed it. There's not too much I did not like about this series. There's a few things I did not like about this series. I only have very few complaints, which I will talk about right now, actually. And one of them is the part where when Genkai died, her coming back to life. Now, the reason why I didn't like this is for two reasons. Well, I liked it, but I didn't like it because I liked it because it became, Genkai still needed to be there for future arcs, and she still needed to be there. She trained those other guys to help out in the fight against Sakio, and that was important. But I feel like all the, character development she got into that point, with the fight with Toguro and Toguro killing her, I thought it kind of got washed away when she was brought back to life. That whole moment where Yusuke was crying, I just think that the whole thing got a little wiped out after he was brought back to life, after she was brought back to life, and I didn't like that too much. And another thing I gotta say I didn't like too much about it is during the whole Sakio fighting stuff, when all of the sniper and the doctor and the little kid all came back to life. I feel like this is the same. I mean, this is an older anime. This anime came out around the same time Dragon Ball Z was out, if I am correct. I think it was around the same time that those two came out. And Dragon Ball Z, my biggest flaw with that is how many times people get brought back to life. And in this anime, that's another thing I just didn't like, was just how many times people got brought back to life and how little dying really was in the series. It really wasn't that big of a deal, because Kawinma could just bring you back if you really needed to be back. But, besides for that, I really enjoyed the series. To have 112 episodes and that be my only complaint about the whole series, that's amazing. I really just enjoyed the series, and it was just awesome. And I know this video is really just random. It really is. This is me just putting out my random thoughts about this series. But I just really enjoyed this series, and I just wanted to throw my opinions and my stuff out there. I know this is really random. But, I'll go ahead and talk about the end real quick, and then I'll stop this because I know this is getting long. I'm going to talk about the ending arc real quick. When Yusuke, Hiei, and Kurama went to the demon world to fight on each side of the demons. Now, there's two things I want to say about this, and actually just one more complaint I have with this series. One, I really wish that they made that arc longer. The demon arc, I really wish they made that longer. I don't know why they did that. I don't know if they were just trying to end it quickly or what, but I feel like that should have been drawn out a little bit longer than what it was. And, one thing I did not like about it is, you see these three demon kings, you think they're going to be this evil, really bad guy stuff, the big wars going on, but as soon as Yusuke comes, Yusuke just says, hey, let's have a tournament. And everyone's like, okay, I'll give up my leadership position to have a tournament. And I feel like anyone could have said that and done that years ago, you know what I'm saying? But, I didn't think that worked too well, but when they did have the tournament, it was pretty good, except for the fact that, like I said earlier, it went way too fast. Fights just went crazy fast, and I would have liked it if they slowed it down a little bit. But I will say, I did like the ending fight with Yusuke versus that one demon lord. I'm sorry I forgot his name. But it was just really cool, and I actually liked seeing that. And I also really liked Yusuke's dad's character, you know, his backstory, and, you know, the things that he brought to the story. I really liked it. But the second tournament, to me, I feel like I wanted to like it more than the Dark Tournament, because I liked the plot of it. I liked what was going on, but it just wasn't long enough and drawn out enough for me to enjoy it more than the Dark Tournament. So I gotta say the Dark Tournament was better than the first tournament, just because of how, you know, more progression it was. The only thing that I have to say bad about the Dark Tournament at all is that Ginkai got back to life after all that character development for her. But that's really all I have to say bad about that. But I did think that episode where Yusuke came back to life as a demon, I thought that was an epic episode. I thought it was very funny when he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna take over the world," and then he was like, "Oh no, I'm just kidding." And it was this really funny moment. But actually, my biggest thumbs up for this series, the biggest thing that I really enjoyed about this series is that it actually had a good ending. So many anime have awesome story all the way throughout, and then just ruin the ending, and just ruins the series. Like, for example, Soul Eater. I really liked that anime. It was a really good anime. And I know that the manga is different from the anime, if I'm correct from what I heard, but the anime just ended in a really bad way, in my opinion. And it kind of took out all the love I had for the anime all the way throughout. But this anime did a very good ending. I like the ending with Keiko, you know, saying, you know, it's been too long, I'm just giving up. You know, it's just been too long, I've been waiting for you too long. And then she sees Yusuke, and he just goes and falls on Yusuke, and they finally have their kiss, and I just thought it was an amazing thing. And I really liked how well Kurama's doing. And I liked how, Hiei staying behind was cool. I understood why he would do that. But the whole Kurama thing was a little, how like people were calling him gay because he wears like those clothes, but it's whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say in this video. This is just me rambling off about the stuff I liked about this series. Guys, please comment, rate, and subscribe, and let me know, guys, what's your favorite moments in Yu Yu Hakusho, and what do you like about the series? I know I did not talk about everything. There's a lot of really great moments, but I know this video is really long, and I just want to give some moments that I really liked and talk about them a little bit. So that's pretty much all I really have to say. Guys, just have a great day. This is Supreme Swordsman. Bye. Yu Yu Hakusho.